Alright. Hi YouTube, this is Autumn, Autumn. Token Back Opinions vlog. I hope you guys missed me. I've been really busy. I'm a junior, and so we just had a version of finals at my school. My grades weren't as good as they should have been. I got um, an A's, two A's, one B plus, and a B minus. So, I'm kind of bummed. So I need to start doing better at that. So, I've been kind of focusing, buckling down. So this is why my vlog is so late. And I decided I wanted to do a video about gay marriage because it's a very passionate, heart-wrenching topic for not only me, but for a lot of people. It's my third time doing this video, three times, because YouTube's having a lot of problems right now, and most of them end up being like 6 to 7 minutes long. So I'm wasting a lot of time for you guys. You should feel flattered. Um, but basically, I'm going to cover, the arguments against gay marriage, and then cover why it makes complete sense why it should be legal, and I'm going to give some of the most basic arguments, which I heard today, of why gay marriage should be illegal. Um, One of them, the most common one, is that marriage is for Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, which by the way sounds extremely ignorant and it's ridiculous. But if that's the case, why is divorce that great? If it's so sacred, why is divorce about 55%? Um, in the United States. And if you're going to claim that something sacred shouldn't be tampered with, I don't see why we can't let couples who are clearly in love and have been together for decades, even in some cases, get married when people get married for maybe 2, 3 years and give up all the time in America. I think it's kind of ridiculous. Another really common argument is that marriage is for creating children. And if you can't have children, why are you getting married? What about all the infertile couples in the world that can't have kids? What are their points of getting married? I can't imagine it being any deeper reason than that. Maybe because they're in love, but I doubt that because that's not what marriage is about. It's about sanctity, and I think it's kind of ridiculous. And I think that the argument that here's another one that gay couples can't raise kids because that's going to screw up the kids. I was raised in a single parent home, and I'd love to have two moms or two dads, in my opinion. It'd be a lot easier on my mom, who was alone doing it. And just in my community alone, blacks kind of killed Prop 8 because in the state in California, is a ridiculous percentage of people who voted against it who were black, which I think is ironic because we were denied rights for how many years, and then we go to someone else's rights. It's ridiculous. And then I guess that the statistic rate for dads being around in black households in the United States right now is about 7 out of 10 homes have no father figure in black homes. Yeah, it's not good. It might be a little bit lower than that, maybe not. I saw it on Black in America last year. Maybe it's changed. I doubt it. Another argument is that it's immoral. What says it's immoral? The Bible or you? Um, Either case, it's not really a valid argument due to the fact that the Bible is just a book. It's not meant to be taken literally, which even the most religious people can sometimes admit that it is meant to be taken as your point of view and not literally for every single thing. If you took everything in the Bible literally, then you'd think that stoning your wife if she cheated on you was okay, which is ridiculous and makes absolutely no sense. So that's one thing. Another argument is that same-sex marriage would threaten real marriage, which is apparently straight marriage. Um, if your relationship was to be threatened by someone else's, what does it say about your relationship? It doesn't say anything about the gays. It says something about yours because that's ridiculous, and you shouldn't feel threatened. If you're truly in love, that wouldn't happen. Um, the most ridiculous argument that I've heard a few times, I heard this from Brian Bilberry. I went to DC last year, and I got to meet my congressman, Brian Bilberry, who, by the way, makes the most ridiculous arguments. Picture in the sidebar. It's pretty epic. I got to meet Ron Paul, too. And he's probably the only Republican I think is a badass. But his argument against gay marriage was, where do you draw the line between marriage, gay marriage, ancestral marriage, and even marrying a goat? Yes, a congressman said marrying a goat is comparable to gay marriage. Um, First part off in that argument, marrying your first cousin, not your second, your first cousin, is legal in 20 something states in the United States, a few more than 20. Um, Whereas gay marriage is legal in less than 10 states. What kind of ass backwards does that show our country's in? They can marry your first cousin in more states than you can marry your gay lover. And the goat. You can't compare a goat to a gay man because a goat has no rights underneath the United States of America, whereas a human does. And you can't really compare a goat to a second class citizen, which in this point is gay people because they're denied the simplest rights of getting married. Um, and why, bluntly, I think that gay marriage should be legal, even in the most non-emotional sense, even though I agree with everything that I just pointed out. There are 1,138 federal rights that married couples have that gay couples don't, such as if I got in a car crash and I was on life support, my husband would have the right to determine what is good for me. Whereas in a gay couple, they don't have that power, and they probably can't even walk in the room because they're not married. Another one is Social Security, income taxes, state taxes, disability, um, the power to get an inheritance in the absence of will. So if someone forgot to write a will and they die, that couple, whoever they left behind, their widow, um, or even witty, I don't know what a male widow would be called, but they would be left with virtually nothing because they are not protected unless they're married, which they are not. Another one is the right to purchase health coverage for a domestic partner at the loss of a job. So if they lose their job, which a lot of people have no health insurance right now, they lose their job, they can't buy health insurance, then they're kind of fucked and they have no health insurance for their spouse under their coverage. And then the most ridiculous rebuttal to this is that we could give them civil marriage, not real marriage, civil unions. Let's give them all the same rights. As we saw with the schools, and segregation never works because nothing's ever equal, ever. Such as the black schools were just as equal as the white schools when that never happened because that's not how segregation works. Separate but equal never works. And the more we separate ourselves as a human race, the more ignorance spreads and nothing is accomplished at all. So, my argument is that gay marriage does nothing to threaten you, does nothing to threaten your family, your marriage, your religion. Get out of someone else's life. That's my blog for today. And I think that this is a long blog. And if you actually watch this point, thank you. Comment bananas if you watch this point, because I think that's shocking. Um, and if after you say bananas, comment what you think about gay marriage. And yeah, give me ideas for next vlogs, by the way. I love the feedback you guys give me. And this is Autumn with another Token Box Opinions vlog. Let's hope this one publishes. Yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe too.